Hi guys, thank you for joining me for today's video. This video is going to be pretty simple. It's going to be maybe 30 minutes, give or take, maybe less. But this video is about the Steam machine, basically. So what we're going to be doing today, we are going to be adding Decky Loader. I did show how to add or how to install Decky Loader on my original video on the Steam machine when I was basically reviewing it and showcasing some games. But this time we're going to go more in depth into it. So I'm going to show you how to install Decky Loader and some of the plugins that I do recommend for the Steam machine. They maybe hopefully some of you guys may like. I also at the end of the video I also included a plugin that allows you to have multiple different platforms. You're not stuck with just playing games on Steam. You also can play games on Epic, GOG, Amazon if you do have an Amazon account, and so on and so on. So that will be the last one, but I will be putting the link to each thing that you need to download, because you will need to just make sure to have a mouse and keyboard for this. If you want to jump to a specific plugin that you prefer to install, I will be putting a timestamp on the bottom too. All right, guys, no further ado, let's go. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to recommend on the Steam machine when you get your machine is basically, let's go to settings. The system is going to ask you to update, but don't worry about that. We are going to do something else here. We're going to go to display. Here in display, what we're going to do is come down to game resolution, and the system is going to be out of the box set up for 1080p, as you can see here. So recommended, but I will recommend to switch this over to no limit, and that's going to be because of monitor. Everyone have different type of resolution you monitor, so your system automatically will switch over to that type of monitor for the basically the UI. But let's say you want a specific set of resolution for your game, so just go to your game and then come to the gear part here, and then go to properties, and here in general we're going to go to game resolution. And let's say you know that this game runs best, I don't know, 1080p for example. I know this game runs really well on 2160, but let's say you prefer the 1080p no matter what screen resolution you have, because you know this is what the game runs best and you don't want to keep dealing with switching over. So this is where you come in and you just select what resolution works for you. Let's do this. For example, we're going to go ahead and run the game, and you can see here it says maximum resolution 1080p. All right, we're going to stop that because we know that's what it's going to be. So we are going to go back here and we're going to switch it to, I don't know, 1440 again, right? Press play. Max resolution, tell you 1440. For me, anyway, in general, it's going to be this, or we can do the global one, right? Let's leave it there on global and press play here. And right here, you have no max resolution note in the system, in the screen. So you can switch it to whatever resolution you want. All right, I see here in the game. Let's go to setting real quick. And you can see 2160, that's 4K. Now we can lower it down. You want to go 1440, 1080p, then you can do that, or even lower. And this way you can have basically complete control the resolution settings for your games. So I recommend just to leave it on no limit, because that will be the best ideal solution for all different type of monitors out there. So this way you don't have to always think about it. That would be the first thing that I recommend anyone who has the Steam machine to do as soon as they're able to log into the UI, or basically your system UI or game mode. Second one is going to be basically installing Decky Loader. Let's go ahead and do that. To install Decky Loader, we need to go to the desktop. And what we need to do to go to desktop is, if you have a Steam controller or an Xbox controller, on the Steam controller, press the Steam button. On the Xbox would be that Xbox button. And if you have a mouse and keyboard, do Control N1, and it will open the left panel, and then go down to the power button. Or if you're using a mouse, just click this right here, and just then again the power button, and then switch over to desktop. All right, just make sure to have a mouse and keyboard attached to your Steam machine. So from here, what we're going to do is a couple of things. The first thing we're going to do is try to, if this is the first time on your desktop, we're going to need to create a sudo password. So the sudo password, we're going to do two ways we can do it. First thing I would recommend is go here and type AON. And then you're going to have the console, basically it's your terminal. And as soon as you have it here, I recommend to right click and basically pin it. Right now I said on pin, but I just unpin it so we can do an example. And now you just pin it. So this way, whenever you need to get back here to do some kind of coding for the system, because you're gonna do that a lot for some customization. This way you can always have the console already available for you. I do recommend, if this is too small, just hold the control button and with your mouse, the middle button on the mouse, just basically scroll up, and then you're going to make it bigger. So this way you can see the text a lot bigger. So from here, if you want to create a password, a pseudo password, that is your administrative password. Whenever you turn into an application, it's going to record. They're going to ask you for that. Just write the PASSWD, and when you press enter, it's going to ask you to create a password. You're going to go ahead and type that in. You are not going to see it's going to be blank. So just make sure you write it down first before you type it in, because you're not going to see exactly what you're typing. And be very careful if you put any capital letters, and then it's going to ask you to type it a second time. The other way to create a pseudo password is come in here and go to System, scroll down until you find System Settings, then scroll all the way down until you find Users. And here you're going to see this says Change Password. You're going to click on this, and then you'll be able to create a password. The same way, just the same type of the same password, but different route. So you got two ways how to create a pseudo password. So the first thing we're going to do, if this is the first time again, Firefox is already downloaded on my system, but if it's not, when you click on it, a store is going to open and you're just going to hit install. So let me show you here. So when you click the Firefox, because it's going to have that little icon already there from the jump, it's going to open this. And right here is going to say, install. You click on it. When it finishes installing, then you can hit launch, and it's going to launch Firefox for you afterwards. Okay. And from here, what we need to do is write decky.xyz. As soon as you arrive to the website, decky.xyz, you're going to be here and you're going to click download. You see, this pops up and you click the little folder and it's going to open the download folder. I don't need this here. And basically, the reason you created a pseudo password, because this type of application require an administrative password. So you double click it and you're going to do launch. And here, that's what's going to write your administrative password or the pseudo password we just created. And as soon as you do, you're going to get this window, and you're going to always pick the first one because it said the latest release. And just in case, whenever you install this, and let's say you're trying to get back into, when you get to the game mode and for some reason Decky Loader kind of breaks, it gives some kind of weird black screen. For some reason the images cannot be loaded. Just come back here and do this again and click the latest and update it. Sometimes you have to update it manually, because whenever Steam has a new update or something, sometimes it will break Decky Loader, or Decky Loader will break itself. And sometimes you have to either wipe Decky Loader, uninstall it, and then install it again. But again, okay, so here you will do basically okay. In this case, I'm not going to do it because I already have it installed. And what we added here, what we're going to do is basically download a second thing. I'm going to put the code on the screen here. And this is the second website you will need to go to. This is going to be a GitHub. This is going to allow you to have multiple different stores to be on your system. Like right now, this is a Steam Deck. You only have the Steam store or platform to get games, to buy games. From here, you'll be able to install your Epic Store, your Microsoft Store, also GOG and Ubisoft, and so on and so on. And this way you can have all your games for your different platforms to be able to play and run on your Steam machine. So you're not only stuck with the Steam store. So when you arrive here, you're going to come down and you're going to click this and download it. You're going to have it here. Don't touch it. Leave it alone. I'm going to show you what you need to do afterwards. Okay, from here, we are done. And what we need to do is go back to game mode and just double click on this. And now that we're back in game mode, press the 3 dot button on your Steam controller and you're gonna go all the way down to the bottom, and then you hit the little store that I just highlighted. And here on the search bar, well, the first thing you're gonna need to search is gonna be ProtonDB badges. It's just very ProtonDB, as you can see it here, and then just install. And as soon as you finish installing that, the next one you're gonna look for is gonna be SteamGridDB. As you can see here, install that. And as soon as you install it, you're gonna do is you're gonna see both they already installed. And as soon as you get back to the main menu or your library, as you can see right here, you're going to hit the select button on the controller and go down to change artwork. And from here, you can change the artwork of any of your games, as you can see. All right, let's go ahead and make those quick changes right now. Like this. I know I'm gonna undo a little Gunner one here, just for shits and giggles. I love the cat in the game. All right, that looks good. Okay, and at the end, you're gonna be able to see everything you selected. And let's go back to the main menu so you can see how this is gonna look. Here we go. You can see here, and that's the one that we selected: the logo, the background, and the hero shot. And for the, as you can see here, as I'm marking here with the go, this is gonna be the ProtonDB badges does. It show you exactly what the games are. And let me jump to Crimson Desert. So we go Crimson Desert, you see it said gold, but right over here it said gain info. It's telling you it's unsupported. So let me click it, and you said unsupported here. But with ProtonDB badges, it tells us it's gold. So, and we click go, you can see more information about the badges, so you can see, and people who have tested it. So it does work. Here in the store, like we did before, we installed ProtonDB badges and SteamGridDB. So what we are going to search is called CSS. All right, so CSS is going to allow us to basically install themes for the Steam machine. We're here in the main menu. We know how this look like. So we're going to go here, open this. This is a different store. So you should download a different store for themes. And you're going to go to this little arrow right here next to the gear. And here is going to give you a different type of themes that you can change. There's some already preset, like look at this one. Some will give you also theme for your controller. For example, if you have like a Legion Go or Xbox X, and you want the buttons to kind of look like those things, then here, this is where you need to go and you can find those. Just click more. You can kind of search around. Let's go ahead and select this one and install. All right, so as soon as you download the that little theme, it's gonna download all the stuff that is gonna need it for that specific theme. So you come here and you select it. And let's see. Yep, there we go. Now we have a different look for our Steam machine. Again, if you don't want it, you come here, you say none, and you change it, and you go back to the way it was. And again, you can go ahead and mess with these yourself. For example, let's say one of these, and you can kind of see what is available, and you can kind of switch it here. See, like this will be the controller inputs. And this will be profile. Then when you start downloading some of this or messing with this, you can also create your specific one. Let's say let's go back to the simple one, and you go and change something here. Let's say this right here, the blur. You don't like this blur, you like it somewhere here, as you can see. There. Opacity, let's see. You want it darker, kind of give you that effects. Or maybe not. It's up to you. And if this is what you like, you come here and you create that profile and you call it whatever you want. And you're done. This is them and this is, so now you have two of them. And then from here, you can go ahead and start changing all the stuff that works for you. And for example, like this right here on the side, you see it's not showing you much. So if you don't want that, look for QAM, like right here. So if you hit this, you see, so you can come here and select the stuff that you prefer to have. You can kind of hide what you don't want on the side of your quick access menu. All right, another one that I recommend to download here is the shelf, and it's called Deck Shelf, as you can see right here. So I'll show you exactly what this look like. It's kind of, if you go to your library in your PC basically when you open Steam and you go to your game library, you know your game library has shelves, right? So let's install this real quick. So when you install the Deck Shelf, what you could do, you're not gonna see this, but you hit the plus button here and you pick what you want. You can do start a blank one, or you could choose something from some of this title here. Like you can see favorite, install games, time review, weighted updates, and so on, so on. So I created two here, most played or install game, right? Right now it's gonna look probably pretty funky and I have to figure it out how to fix that. But for now, if you go here and you go down, now you see it. See launch session games on the deck, basically what is already installed and not started. Games that I have not started playing. And we have here some discoveries. And some most played game here. And as you can see, so this is what the shell will be. You create this. Again, this is not something you need to have. I just show it just in case you want to. The next one is gonna be this one, Freeloader. This one, I like it because who doesn't like free games? So it's gonna show you games that are gonna be available for free on either on Epic Store or even Steam. So let's take a quick look what it says here. So right now on Epic Store, we have this one that's available for free, and so is this one. This one, Catch Me, is available on Steam, and this one is available on itch.io. As you can see here, this one is also on Epic Store, and there's another one, Epic Store. Wow, there's a lot on Epic Store. Okay, so you kind of get the idea. So let's jump to the one from Steam. Here we go. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and add it to my library. All right, it's already added to my library. So we are set on that one. So we got a free game. Let's see how it looks. Okay, I kind of like some of these this type of game. Not bad. So that's another one there. So Freeloader. Again, if you like free games, that's the way to go. If you have Epic Store, you can kind of see what is available in Epic Store before you open the platform, and you can add those games to your library. There is another one that I do like to show here, but this is up to you if you want to install it. This one, Junk Store. The Junk Store, what it's gonna do is try to add, or it's not going to try, it's going to add different gaming platform for you to be able to play your game from, basically like App Store, GOG, and so on and so on. So you're gonna try to add those in there, and then you can be able to use those to kind of basically play your game from your other platform and play here on your Steam machine instead of going to Windows and you have to use it there. So this way is another way to do it. There is another one that I prefer that I'm going to show you how to do this, but that one we have to go back to the desktop to install and then come back here. But before we do that, so I'm going to show you real quick what you need to do to prepare your system. Let's go to settings, and we're going to need to activate developer mode. We activate this one, And then we're going to come here to developer and we're going to hit browse. And then I'm going to download, and on download, you're going to see this here. And now install. Let it do its thing. And then you're going to see it right here. This is what we're looking for. What this do is going to give us the ability to basically get all our gaming platform for PC available on your Steam machine. So you have Ubisoft, Microsoft, GOG, also you have Epic and Amazon. So just basically sign into all of them and you'll be able to download and play your game from each of this platform. For Microsoft, it's going to be basically a cloud base, and you need to basically log into your Microsoft account. Unfortunately, if you have Game Pass with cloud service, then this is going to be great. If you don't not bother to use this, but the rest you should be able to be okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and log into some of my accounts, and we'll be right back. All right, when you're about to log in, it's going to need to download Microsoft Edge for you. It's going to require the browser. So the browser is going to be able to open each of these platforms login page. So you'll be able to log into each and one of them. So just basically install everything it is required for you to install. See, I was trying to, after I finished downloading Microsoft Edge, as you can see now, I want me to log into my Epic because that's what I'm trying to do. So the same thing is going to happen to each and one of those. All right, so I'm already done logging into all my platform. There is the button that says sync. Just make sure you hit sync. If it doesn't sync automatically or doesn't do it automatically, just click in each and one of these. But I do recommend just reboot the system. Reboot your system just in case there is an update. After you reboot your system, you come back to the game mode, reopen Unify again, and then hit the sync button, and then you should be able to see this, where it's trying is populating all your game work or your artwork or your entire library for each platform. So you'll be able to see it. And when it's done, you should be able to have a folder for each and one of these, as you can see right here. And this way you can kind of select which game you want to download and play. So as you see, look, my numbers just increased to almost 2,000 and some change games that I could download here. Alan Wake is going to be, as you're going to know, is going to be basically Alan Wake 2 is going to be from the Epic Store, as you can see. This game does work. I have it running on the Legion Go 2 SteamOS, but I'm going to need to try it here. That one, I'm really excited to try it here. All right, but I'll be back as soon as everything is done with all the artwork here. All right, so after everything is said and done here, let's go back here to Unify. After everything is synced and it finished, you may see all the covers to be blank. Like it was earlier when it was syncing. You just basically reboot your system. Reboot your system one more time. As soon as you finish rebooting, the artwork should all come up. Because that's what I had to do. I had to completely reboot my system for a second time. I have to completely finish doing all the syncing for each library, and now I have all my games from every store available here. So you'll be able to download some of this game. Disclaimer, not all the games will work, so you can be aware. And again, the one from Microsoft, like you can see here, they're all going to be cloud-based. So you can see play on the cloud. So let's test this out real quick so you can get in, so you can see. It may ask you to sign in. Just try to sign in. If it doesn't allow you to sign in automatically, just sign in manually. Just make sure to have your mouse and keyboard just in case. All right, I just finished signing in. Let's click this. And here we go. So this is going to work based on your internet speed. So if you have a pretty fast internet, you should be fine. So from here on, all this is not based on your system performance, it's based on your internet. So if you have amazing internet, you will have a lot of detail. So if for some reason your internet is kind of slow, like mine is being right now, your details, they're all gonna be basically based on your internet speed. So it doesn't look that bad. It looks pretty good. All right, guys, if this video was helpful in any shape or form, please leave a like and a follow, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.